Did you know they've tried to make fear into a science? It's true. A couple of researchers in England came up with a formula for the proper way horror films can terrify people. Here's what they believe. People grow more afraid when confronted with the unknown, with the sense of being trapped. Obvious shit, right? But here's the problem. Life is not a horror film. There are enormous stretches of time in your life when something's not trying to remove the skin from your face. You settle into a nice, boring rhythm. Shut off your awareness and let habit take hold of your actions. Do the dishes, close your eyes, and make rushed, bored intercourse with whomever's nearby. Inevitably, fear will find you. Finally, who do they see? This oddly dressed worker standing out at the bow of the ship looking like a yard sale flight attendant. That's you. You perform a 35-minute interactive attraction recreating ghost sightings and historical events on board ship. That's the official description of your job. Of course, nobody who comes up the gangway knows this. When they bought their tickets, they were told by the minimum wage slaves that it's a show, you know, like watching a movie. Tour guides tell them it's a tour, and so they come online expecting oodles of historical facts and pretty little views to backdrop their home movies. Neither are true. The attraction ends up being many different things to many different people. It can be as cheesy as watching your grandfather do the jitterbug. Some see the show as an offensive waste of a pristine historical monument, like sticking a Starbucks in an Egyptian pyramid. Yet there exists a vocal majority who remain convinced that their fear is appropriate and necessary. Each of them buy the tickets, walk up the gangway, and wait online. Now, before the attraction begins, before anything begins, you usher in about 38 people into a little linoleum box with historical posters and an extremely fake-looking portals view of water brought to you by thin blue tissue paper. This is called the briefing room. Sounds official, doesn't it? Like you're all going to take part in some top-secret mission. You start the show here. You have to, because all the finger-pointing and talk will not stop people from crawling over and under and around things like a 3-year-old with sugar on their breath. You see, when people go to amusement parks and attractions, it's as though someone snapped open their skulls and left a package of Twinkies instead of brains. The herd must be corralled. Soon, the passengers surround the pool. You warn them ever so softly that they are in one of the most paranormal rooms on board ship. The foul, cracked-smelling pool stares back at them. It's 14 feet deep with no shallow end and a diving board. 155 feet long by 98 feet wide. You continue to speak. The music swells and lights out. Now, this is what the contractors really built. When the room plunges in the darkness, this is what you see. A blue plastic ball. The kind you would find in a Chuck E. Cheese playroom. The kind that cost 15 cents and was made in Malaysia by a 9-year-old girl. Inside the ball, there's a light, bobbing up and down as it moves through the pool through thin stage fog. That's the ghost. That blue plastic ball is supposed to represent the boy who drowned in the pool. This little ghost on a stick. For the first time in this struggle, you discover Kate's attraction. Sure, you've had a crush on her for months, but you swore you convinced yourself how foolish you were. She's 5 years younger. But the body never lies. That warm press when you hug her staggers your breath. Her neck is soft to the touch. Hair, the scent of almonds drapes down your fingers. Squatting down, showing her the wallet's contents, you realize how neatly she fits in that hole in your ribs. You see her for what she's always been, but you were too preoccupied in your own world to consider. Here is a rare and unforgettable woman. You grab on tight. You tickle her, take her to the ground, and the two of you start wrestling like baby lions. You're so nervous, you ask permission to kiss her. Doing so, she is so overwhelmed she can barely look at you before blushing away. The lips meet together, and the mere touch bristles your toes. It's so gentle. You hold her in your arms until 4 in the morning. Walking her back to the dorms, you keep on blinking to clear your head. Here is your hand, folded in this soft, smooth palm. Here is your heart, stretched tight like a spring. You walk her back to the dorms, embrace and stare with strange possession at one another. With a kiss, she is gone. Never mind this drama. Being with Kate is all that matters. The two of you could spend hours together doing anything. Making lasagna, reading books, lying on your back and watch the afternoon sky go by. These past few weeks have been so gentle, so childlike and romantic. But lately there's been a strange feeling mixed up in the relationship. All these chemicals and needs which frighten you. The body, that fucking bastard, it never lies. It can smell the sweet, ripe, tangible fruit love offers, and you fight that fierce, criminal urge to thrust, rip open her jeans, grease your skin with her sweat, to take control of her body while she grows braver through surrendering control, to pour your love like a warm bath, offering her peace. You tell yourself these feelings are lewd. They're sacrilegious to the purity of the love you feel. Kate grew up with a religious upbringing, and you love her. You don't want her to spend her whole life hating herself because you made her give up religion. Plus, you've been taught bizarre life lessons by your own father. Son, you're just gonna fall for the first girl who's gonna spread her legs. And then you'll get her pregnant. And then your life will be over. Welcome to virgin sex. Nobody ever talks about it in school, not one. Porn movie details it. It's the great American conspiracy. You're led to believe Lee Harvey Oswald was the sole gunman, and virgins are born with an innate ability to make love like they do in the movies. Every couple has the exact identical proportions required for instant, colossal intercourse. No conversation, no preparations needed, just add water and fuck. Right. She doesn't want you to follow, you understand? You let her go, let her keep walking as she dares the waves to knock her down. As the gulls curse in the sky, you're staring at the ground, the ocean floor. And there you see it. All along the sand, on the ground are the most beautiful stones, shells, plants. Most of them came from living things once. They're so pretty. Your hands fill up, you just keep picking them up, one and another, wading into the tide. If you could just find the right piece, maybe you could mourn. You don't even have a body to mourn, you know. And out of nowhere, as you're on your hands and knees to find treasures for Kate, this unseen force knocks you down into the water. You choke. Surface. And it's your lover. She's right beside you. Arms so tight around your ribs that it pierces your heart. A grip that won't let go. She claims you with kisses, and in the middle of this water you promise her the life your flawed and sloppy life. And she wants it. You want her, you both hurt so much, but you're together. And there has to be a note, right? There has to be one last thing she wrote down for you for this to make some kind of sense. There has to be something, a note. Somebody take the note and dive into the mess. The muck and the bile getting into your fingers, getting into your work clothes. You rip open the bed sheets, tear apart her pillow, as security from school runs in and tries to grab you, and you don't stop, lifting up the top bunk's mattress, throwing out the window, kicking and biting and punching anyone who tries to pull you away. Somebody whispers to security guards and they give up. Wait outside, you dive back into her desk drawers, her computer, and there, under those shells you found at the beach, under that is the notes. You found it. She loves you, and loves you something after all. But it's not fair. You can make out your name, her name, that's it. It's covered in puke, and as it dried, it covered up what she wrote, every single word. This is what you get. This is what you deserve. This is